Like it.
YouTube stream is live.
Sweet.
All right, my cup of water is actually downstairs. I'm gonna run over and grab that real quick.
What is the password and stuff for getting into the?
It is the same idea as we're on stream, so I'm not going to say it, but it's the same idea as our last campaign. And if you need more help in that, I can message you.
Nope, I'm in.
Cool. When you get to the landing page, can you test your token and see if you can move it around? Alrighty. Let's see. Danny should be back in just a moment. Good to step away. And then we will kick it off. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. We're going to have a fun night.
I'm so excited.
We have a simple calculator.
Yes. So simple calendar. You can close out of it. You can probably change the settings so that it doesn't pop up every time you log in. But that'll be up to you. It's not configured yet, but we will use it later in the campaign. It's just a module I installed. So you won't need it tonight. We are going to kick off. Oh, I didn't get you guys a map of everything. Do I still have that on the server? Can I just like link to that scene?
Everything, everywhere, all at once, or you could just link directly to it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. That can be closed. That can be closed. That can be closed. Yoink, 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 yoink. Okay. So, let's see. Danny, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. You know what I... Oh my goodness, she brought me food. Oh well, shit. Now I feel bad. I feel like this is bribery.
She's the best. Of course it is.
Literally a card in Munchkin.
I'm back. Okay. What are we doing?
All right.
Rolling
Apparently
initiative.
Bringing your boyfriend food, like, damn.
Listen, I told him, I was like, I'm gonna go get the pizza. He didn't acknowledge me, but I thought he heard me, but no.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot about him as well.
Good grief. Okay, what am I doing?
Oh, I was just gonna kick off the narrative, but I realized your headphones were on your desk, so you wouldn't hear any of it.
But she's in the same room.
Well, she wasn't when she was getting food. Okay, cool. We are in the Sword Coast. Familiar territory for those of you who have played before. We are roughly in the city of Baldur's Gate. A little outside of it is everyone's favorite little old lady, Miss Stefania, who we helped create last week. Wow, I cannot find this map. Jason, if you find it, you can link to it. I can't find it. Oh well. Map of the Sword Coast from Part of the Dragon Queen. Anyway, Baldur's Gate is a coastal city. She has a little plot of land, a little acreage outside of the city walls, where she engages in the trade of rare artifacts and things like that. You all know her for one reason or another. Pulling up my character thing again. Yoink. Professor Benmus, you actually live on her estate and help her with research and things like that. You coming and going as you please, but you probably see her the most frequently, you know, on a daily basis usually. Tenzian, this is an old friend of yours. You've probably known her the longest, having rescued her in her early days of adventuring, or at least in your early days as well. Back when she used to go out in the field herself. Liara's not here. At some point in the past, she succumbed very quickly to some sort of illness or attack, and clerics were sent for. Thoradin, you were able to be one of the first, I guess, responders to the incident, bringing along higher level clerics and things like that, and help tend her up. And watched her bedside as she recovered years ago. What did we say, about 25 years ago? So you've known her for quite a while as well. Kept in contact. She was extremely grateful to you in your temple, despite the fact that you're dwarves and she is a half drow, obsessed with drow culture. And became somewhat of a patron of the church. Not necessarily a believer, but at least she donates occasionally. She's moderately wealthy from her businesses. So you guys have kept in contact. You know, she comes into town. You might go out for a lunch or a coffee or something. Or she'll just swing by the temple and say hi. Smoke has probably the most passing relationship with her. In more of a rivalry sense, I believe is what we were going for. I'll let you explore that if it comes up. But essentially, you're one of the field agents that really kind of brings in random trinkets every now and then. Just like, oh, let me see if I can find you a better one. Everyone knows that she was. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, all of her friends know that she is rather obsessed with Drowic cultures and things like that, trying to recover the most interesting rare artifacts from that culture, but also she'll trade in anything else that people bring her. And Gerald, sweet Gerald.
Hi.
Despite knowing her all of your life, you've probably known her the least amount of time about anyone here. Just from your age. I love it. What did we decide? 19?
Yes.
Gerald is 19. And this is your great aunt, I believe?
Yes.
Half.
Twice
Yeah.
removed.
Yeah. And you visit every so often. You know, you're interested in her work, nominally. But you spend a lot of time. It's more like as you grow and learn about the world and are trying to set off on your own adventures, you might come to her for adventuring advice or to see how tall you are on the marks on the door wall or things like that. And recently, Professor, she came down with an illness. Weren't sure what it was at first, but she grew progressively sicker over a number of days. You called for healing from the local temples, and none of them could figure out what was going on with her. And after about a week, news started pouring in that this was not unique. It was happening to a number of people, particularly former adventurers, were just suddenly growing ill and wasting away. Some lasting longer than others. Not everyone has died yet, but it's been in universe. I think Faerun uses 10-day weeks. That's going to get confusing for me. So we're gonna go with 7-day weeks for now. Maybe we'll fix it later. But it's been probably a little over 2 weeks now, about 14, 15 days. And somewhere around the 12-day mark, there was just nothing we could do to heal her, and she passed away. And thanks to the artwork that we generated, we have now decided apparently she had a familiar companion, some sort of obnoxiously ugly cat.
You leave Franklin out of this, okay? Franklin
No,
is the
that's
nicest
precious.
cat you will ever know.
Precious is so sweet.
Tenzin swipes at it with his foot.
Anyway, this cat familiar thing, extremely ugly. I don't know what to call him. I'm gonna go with I don't think he's ever actually told anyone his name. You all just kind of come up with your own names for him every now and then. And he just kind of rolls with it. Not that he can talk to you guys or anything. So Smoke calls him Precious. I'll go with Precious for now. What'd you say, Zach? What was the name?
I didn't say a name at all.
You leave Franklin alone.
Franklin. It was Jason's Franklin. Anyway, Franklin hasn't been seen since she passed away. Which would make sense with a familiar, which is sad. So the house the estate feels rather empty right now because nobody else is really hanging around doing stuff. Every now and then there's a researcher librarian who comes by named Liara. Similar to Smoke, Liara brings more tomes and things like that rather than artifacts. She's always finding research, literary research relating to Drow and other interesting things. She is out on expedition and hasn't been seen lately, but she's probably the most frequent that stops by, other than you. That said, it's been a couple of days, so you, not knowing what else to do, set up funeral preparations, Professor, and notified. Well, you've had time to help while she was deteriorating. Both of you were able to, kind of put her affairs in order. Going, what's going on here? Well, here, let me hand over control to a bunch of things.
I made sure all the town criers knew, and then all the traveling people knew.
Yeah, you sent out word to a number of her close friends, including the other party members. You all received letters from Professor Fireforge here, notifying you that Stefania was growing weak and would probably pass away imminently in the event she does. So if anyone's able to make it there fast enough, maybe you can say your goodbyes, but otherwise they will be holding a funeral for her. And that's where we are kicking off our adventure. At the funeral for Miss Stefania Sarkow. Stefania Sarkow. If people are messaging me, I'm looking at way too many notes right now. It's a rather warm day, just outside Baldur's Gate, as you lay her to rest. Yeah, you've seen many people come and go before their time, but especially over the last week, this is definitely not the first person most of you have seen waste away to this. You've heard, and by now you've all heard that something is going on. This isn't. Nobody really knows what it is. Just all around the world, people started dying. Now, because it's been about 2 weeks, some have started to put together the pieces that it seems like people are dying again. Like anyone who's been brought back from the dead, cleric magic is suddenly just failing, and they're not being able to be brought back.
Concerning.
And those of you that knew Stefania know that she definitely falls in that category, so the pattern seems to be holding. That said, let's see, we all gathered here. You are not the only ones in attendance. There's a number of patrons from the church are here with Thornton, and wealthy merchants from around the city that have done business with her. Some just out of professional courtesy, others because they were friends as well. This was a well-loved woman with a wide net of charity and things like that. I'm going to say there's probably about 50 people that were able to make their way out here to attend. Most of them fairly well off. A handful of other adventurers, people with leather armors and things like that. Most dressed in black, but it seems like it's a permanent fixture nowadays with so many various funerals going on. If you would like to, if anyone has thought of any interesting tidbits from your own backstory as you've thought about your own characters, what you want them to be, if you'd like to, we can have the funeral service right now, and you're welcome to say some words for the funeral. This is your guys' NPC, so all stories go.
I guess
But nobody has to speak if you're mourning.
Oh,
It's okay.
I'll have Thornton say some stuff. Maybe he's leading the opening for this. Now I got to figure out what.
What's your favorite memory of Stefania, Thornton? It can be big, it can be small, it can be funny. Her favorite joke, a pie she made you.
Let's see. I guess Thornton will get up. He'll speak and he'll say, "Friends, family, and cherished colleagues, we are all gathered here today to see the departure of our good friend Stefania Sarkar. It is a shame that she has fallen ill and was unable to continue on with her legacy of all of the knowledge that she was seeking out and bringing into our world. It is, again, with utter sorrow that we see her leave, but know that all things still can turn around. Perhaps that on the other side, she has found an unfathomable amount of information that she can continue learning from. And that's what he's going to say.
Gerald wipes a tear from his cheek.
I'm sure Thornton did a little bit better of a job actually saying things, but
Oh, absolutely. And some of the other dwarven clerics with you kind of just nod their heads, just in agreement, in sorrow. Look around. And after a a nice ceremony, handful of other people give their regards. You see a large orc couple standing off to the side, wearing very frilly, 1700s British kind of clothing, and a very scarred up, red-haired man in wizard's robes, and a couple of halflings in heavy armor that seem to have just shown up, still with a little bit of blood splatter, like they just rushed here as fast as they could from elsewhere. Just tons of people of all shapes and sizes. And as the mourners, as the ceremony ends, the mourners mingle a little bit and start to head home after saying their goodbyes to Stefania. Professor, you get approached by an elven woman, a sun elf that you recognize. I'm sorry, she's an elf. By the name of Sindra Sylvain. You recognize her. She's a wine merchant in Baldur's Gate. Little on in years, especially for an elf. She's renowned as a spellcaster. At least she was in her youth. Very powerful, but now she's retired as well. Very similar to our friend Stefania. Sindra approaches with another elven lady accompanying her. They're both wearing nice black gowns. You can see Syndra's been crying a little bit. She also seems very pale, a little gaunt herself. And she comes up and approaches you and just says, "Thank you for arranging all of this. It's been hard to see everyone go."
Yes. It's just hard to watch her fade away over the years. You okay?
Well, is it that obvious? No, I'm not. Back in my youth, this was maybe 300-400 years ago. I was killed at some point. That is also a harsh memory. However, I was brought back very much like Sylvania was, and I'm wasting away. My magics are sustaining me, but I fear not forever. I don't know. I'll probably hold out longer than most, a month or two. This looks dire. Please let me introduce you to my friend here. This is Romalia Haventree.
Pleasure
And
to meet
the
you,
elven
Amalia.
woman next to her nods.
I've of course removed my hat at this point and put it over my my chest.
Yes. Romalia nods at you. Hello, sir. Hello, Professor. As she said, my name's Romalia. I represent an organization known as the Harpers. We've been investigating this curse, and we were wondering if we could use your expertise. We're investigating whatever's going on that's causing everyone to deteriorate. Devani has been a wonderful help in organizing this. And Stefania was known for having a wide array of contacts of people of all trades, all creeds. The Harpers are recruiting right now, temporarily. We're looking for able bodies that might be able to help us with a mission. We just need as many people as we can, and as many capable fighters as we can, to lead a mission to try and gather information about what could be causing everyone to pass away. Do you know anyone that would be able to help it? Did Stefania leave any of her contacts? If you don't mind me saying, you seem to have rather strong shoulders. Would you mind joining us yourself?
I would absolutely mind. I would absolutely like to help any way I can. Yes, while we were getting her affairs in order, she had a list of. She kept a journal with. She kept a list of possible people if she needed something done in a certain area of town who might be able to help. We can work through that and see what we can figure out. I know a few of them were supposed to be returning here today.
Oh, you know some offhand. Are they here at the funeral?
I know their names, but I don't know who they are. And I reach to my one of my satchel at my side to pull it out, and I go through and I start looking, and there was this one guy, Thornton, she always talked highly of, but I don't know who that is here at the funeral.
Thornton, that name sounds familiar. Stefania, was that the gentleman who gave the speech earlier? Yes, I believe it was. Where did that dwarven priest go? Oh, I see him there on the other side of the crowd. You say Thornton is he might be good with a mission or something?
His name's in her journal, and it's the one she talked about. If she needed help in those areas, she would go reach out and contact. She's also got Tenzin and Gerald and Liara here as well. I don't know who any of these people are, but it might be a good place to start searching.
Fair enough. Side note, you would probably know, at the very least, Gerald. You should know Gerald and Smoke for sure. Because they would come by and visit.
I had Smoke and Liara swapped.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
They serve similar roles. I mean, Liara brings literature and texts, and Smoke brings artifacts, but yeah. And you did see Smoke and Gerald around for sure.
I've just been so busy here taking care of everything. I've not seen them around is kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you know Tenzian, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Tenzian and Thoradin, you two probably know each other. I don't know what your relationship is, but you know each other.
Who knows?
Yeah, she's
he's a dwarf. It's possible.
Notorious dwarves.
She also mentions a Dago and a Carmen.
Oh boy.
Deep cuts.
Yes.
Dago and Carmen, huh? Oh boy.
There better be an Alithia in there too.
No, there's not been a mention of Alithia anywhere.
Aw.
Damn.
Yeah, so Sylvania wanders off into the crowd to try and find Thoradin, and she asks if you'll go find anyone else that you recognize. So it'll probably take 5-10 minutes and regroup here to meet back up with them. Thoradin,
Yes.
mingling with some of your other priests, you are approached by this elven woman, very pale, starting to waste away, beautiful black dress, and she introduces herself and just says, hello. That was a wonderful speech you gave earlier. Are you Thoradin?
That is who I am. Yes. Who are you?
My name is Sylvania. I'm Sylvania Silvertree. I'm a merchant here in Baldur's Gate. Was a good friend of Stefania. My associates and I are looking for some help solving whatever's causing this issue, causing Sylvania to pass away. And her notes, according to the professor over there, her notes say that Sylvania rather trusted you and thought you might be handy. Would you be willing to meet with us and see if you would offer your aid?
Yes, I could see I can help.
I'm not sure if
it
it would.
with cleric magic. This is something that is concerning to I and all clerics around.
Oh, undoubtedly. Yes, my clerical friends, my priest friends over in the Church of Tyr, they haven't been able to do anything to solve this, and I take it you and your fellowship haven't either. Hopefully
That
we
would
can
be
solve it
correct.
together. Please come join us.
And yes, he'll agree, and he'll follow her back to wherever this meeting point is.
Yeah, it's just kind of it's a large open area on her estate. I suppose she'll lead you over towards maybe like a garden path with a small fountain next to the house. When you get over there, you find another elven lady. This is the one that I introduced earlier as Romalia Haventree. She will introduce herself to you as well. And wait a moment for the professor to return. Now, do you know anyone else that might, Mr. Tenzian or Mr. Thoradin? Oh boy, this is gonna get fun.
Three
Yeah.
dwarfs.
Mr. Thoradin, do you know anyone else that could be handy on a mission where I'm not entirely certain what it would be? Romalia said something dangerous. They need as many able swords as they can get. Would you have any recommendations? Do you know anyone else that might be willing to join us to hunt this down? Anyone, especially if they're here today, we're trying to recruit as quickly as we can.
I actually think that I do. There's definitely another rather savage-looking dwarf, but he's well-meaning enough that his battle expertise could be quite useful here. Tenzian, I believe. And then there's a few others. There's a small tabaxi somewhere named Smoke. Smoke is a she, right?
Yes.
Okay. She's been very good at procuring all sorts of artifacts and getting in and out of dangerous places. She may be able to assist in if this place or this chain of investigation leads us somewhere more crafted towards her expertise.
Very well. I believe Professor Bennis. I don't know if you know him. He helped arrange the funeral. You probably got word from him. Received the letter, as I did. He also mentioned this Smoke. I believe he went off to find her somewhere around here. I see the professor there. He's on the other side of the crowd. Yes. Eric Tenzin. I'm
Yes.
very curious. What do you wear to a funeral? What are you looking like today?
Tenzin is he's wearing a leathery but patched breeches. A was it a baldric that holds his battle axe, and then actually you see from his baldric is hanging like a dried and wolf pelt that's been like made to act as like kind of like a half cape sort of thing. He has no shoes, and you see him. He's actually like off on the side of the estate, like in the tree line, like squatting down and just kind of watching it with like his hands on his knees. And he's just kind of seeing it all, and he's very socially anxious, and he doesn't want to get into where all the people are. But yeah, he's out there. He's not trying to hide himself, but he's not interacting as much because he's like scoping it out.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. Thornton, you're looking around. You thought you saw Tenzin earlier, and scoping around now. Yeah, you can kind of spy him there, off near the edge, over by a copse of trees. Just going, oh. As you turn and you see him there, your eyes focus. Sylvania turns to follow your gaze and goes, oh, he looks rather intimidating, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's the one?
He is the one. But I've seen him fight, and Stefani always talked highly of him.
Oh, fair enough. Perhaps I'll go gather him as well. And I'm going to run through this a little bit. We can do introductions in the group now, but slowly, one by one, they're going to go around and gather up the five of you. They ask after a couple of other people. A few are unable to assist with matters, or they can't stay today, but they'll come back later for, like tomorrow. It's like, oh, Harper's come meet with us tomorrow, kind of a thing. You are the only 5 that I guess are sticking around, assuming you're willing to hear her out.
Is there any food at the wake?
Professor, is there any food at the wake?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Tenzin just has a bowl of random food that's in front of him, and he's just like munching on it with slightly in an agape mouth as he's chewing and listening.
Oh boy, he chews with his mouth open. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Meanwhile,
what is
first
worse?
it was the mayo,
Chewing-
now
I
it's
was
chewing
saying,
with your mouth open. I
What
can't.
is worse, though, the mayo or chewing with the mouth?
Chewing with the
I
mouth
think the
open,
mayo
I
is
have
worse.
to say.
The mayo is probably worse.
Just imagine the sounds. Anyway, Smoke is like kind of standing off to the side, and she has somehow found shrimp skewers.
Ooh.
And so she's just like aggressively eating the shrimp off of the shrimp skewers, like just staring at these strange people. Not saying anything either.
I walk by and I hand Smoke another plate of shrimp skewers.
Much appreciated.
Gerald is just staring at Smoke, resisting every urge to walk up and pet her.
I clock that. Don't act on it, but I clock that.
Presumably the professor gathers the 2 of you up, Gerald and Smoke, and
Yeah.
brings you over. Tenzin, you're approached by Sylvania, who's a little, she's a little more praising when she approaches you, just like, we're looking for someone with a strong arm. Do you know anyone like that? Just trying to be like, come join us.
As she says that, Tenzin, he doesn't speak, but he like looks down at his bicep, which it is very strong. You know, he's probably a very muscled mountain dwarf. He slaps his bicep and then stares at her.
Good. I think we have a place we can put that to good use if you're willing to hear us out. Come on, here. We won't. The crowd is starting to disperse. There's just a small group over there if you'd like to come speak with us.
He'll shrug and follow along.
Fair enough. Good. I'm gonna gather everyone up. Very similar to the introduction she gave Professor earlier. Sylvania and everyone with an A on their name. Stefania, Romalia.
Hey, you're the one that could have changed these names. Just remember that.
Oh, her name isn't Sylvania. It's Syndra. Her last name's Sylvain. Oh boy, I hate names. Okay, everyone is Doug from now on.
NPC 1, NPC 2, NPC 3.
All right. Syndra and Romalia introduce themselves again. This time to the whole group for anyone that hasn't met them. And Romalia goes into her spiel and says, "Hey," or goes, I represent an organization known as the Harbors. We've been investigating what's causing, what sort of curse or plague is causing everyone to waste away, including our dear Syndra here. We have a hunch. We suspect something about the way that people are wasting away, something about the aura of whatever magic or curse is going on. Indicates it might be lich magic or similar to what liches do. And so our plan is to go speak with a lich and see if they will tell us what's going on. South of here, let's see, where's my Sword Coast map? Jason, did you share the map with everyone or just with me?
Just with you, because I didn't know which one you wanted.
Neat. Oh, that second one is perfect. Here we go. Open that up and I will grab the link and share that with everyone. I'll put it in Discord for the moment. Maybe I can get it on screen for you, Zach. Maybe not. I think it's going to fight me. Okay.
Nope, I got it. I mean, I can get it on where my stream is, so
Good.
people can at least see.
Looking at this map, Baldur's Gate is near the southern end of the coast. That's where you guys are, just ever so slightly west, or ever so slightly east out of town. And Romalia says that south of here, in the Cloakwood, is there's a lich. There's a lich that goes by the name of Zaldara.
Frank?
Say it again? Frank, yes. The lich's name is Doug, and anyway. No, Zaldara lives in the Cloakwood. She generally keeps to herself. Like, we've known about her for years, and we keep an eye on the Cloakwood, but there seems to be some sort of unspoken agreement. If she stays in the woods, none of the rest of us bother her, let her do her thing, etc. Unfortunately, we may need to break that unspoken truce, because we need to know what she knows. Number of Harper squads, we're gathering every able body we can, and we're going to go approach her. Go approach her tower. See if we can get her to talk. I doubt it will be easy. And so what we'll probably do is divide into a number of teams. Majority of our squads will probably have to go into an all-out assault to attack her, while a hit squad or a couple of squads approach her tower in different directions and search different areas, trying to find her phylactery. If we can get our hands on her phylactery, maybe we can use it as leverage to get her to talk. I mean, there's no reason for us to keep it long term, just long enough to get our answers, you know. Would you be willing to assist with this endeavor? I know not everyone's up for assaulting a lich's lair.
Liches
can answer
are
any questions you
dangerous
have.
things. I'm not quite keen on having to speak with one, but
If this
if
will
this
solve,
helps,
if this will solve the problem of those who have been brought back dying again, then it is absolutely worth it.
I agree.
Gerald will put his hand on the hilt of his sword and say, "My sword is yours."
Smoke is just gonna say,
calm down. Calm down.
Smoke is just like, I'm in.
We don't often get tabaxi in these parts. Brother, what sort of skill sets do you have, friend?
I have many skill sets. The one that I like to exercise most in company is to tell if someone's bullshitting me. So, I will join them in talking to the Lich, and we will try to figure out what's happening. Because I have a score to settle. And if this will settle that score quicker, I'm here for it.
Well, we are... Well, let's see. Our squads are typically in size of anywhere from 4 to 8. That's usually how we divide up the teams. Seeing as there's only, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 5 of you here, perhaps we'll just keep all the 5 of you together. I'm not sure if we need a squad name. You don't necessarily have to join the Harpers. This isn't full recruitment. Perhaps we'll keep you together. The assault will take place in 3 days' time. We'll be leaving from Baldur's Gate. If you're willing to join us, we can arrange for a ship to take you down there. Of course, nobody puts their lives on the line for free. We can offer you. I can offer you a little bit of assistance up front, as well as a reward upon completion. At the moment, we can offer you. Let's see. Upon completion of the job, each squad will be receiving 100. No, not each squad. Each person. Each person will be receiving 100 gold pieces. 100 gold pieces upon completion, and up front, we can offer you some potions. Hopefully, little draughts that'll keep you alive. And she pulls one out of her pocket. And those of you that have adventured before, you see it. It's a very bog standard, just potion of healing. So she's offering one of these to each of you now, 100 gold upon completion of the mission.
Okay.
And they'll arrange for passage. They'll arrange for passage down to the Cloakwood. A boat leaving from Baldur's Gate is the plan. Just heading down the coast. It'll probably take about the assault begins in 3 days. It'll probably take 2 days to get down there. So you have about 1 day, and then get on the boat, and we'll sail down the coast. one of the Harpers will be on the boat. He can guide to guide you guys and show you around. Thank you. Any questions? Does this all sound reasonable?
Think so.
Very well then. Dividing into squads is easy enough, so we'll just keep the 5 of you together, I think. We haven't decided exactly where each team is going yet. We will be able to report that to you at the ship tomorrow. How's that sound? Good. Just need to check our numbers. All right. And with that, good day to you. I have a little more recruiting to go to, and unfortunately 2 more funerals. So, tick tock, tick tock. I hope this can be over with soon. Who knows? Maybe we'll even be able to bring them back. She and Syndra kind of share a sad look. And she turns to go. And that is where that is. I know there's not a whole lot for you guys necessarily to do right now. If you wanted to do anything before meeting up with them there.
Once people start clearing out, Smoke is going to go back to where her body was, like where the viewing was and stuff like that. And she's just gonna like resume standing there for a second, not necessarily looking sad, but looking disapproving at her old friend's body, because this is highly inconvenient. And so
make me a perception check.
okay.
First roll of the campaign.
Oof.
12.
Damn, a +7 to your perception.
Absolutely.
Great.
Oh, that's another module I need to change the setting on. I'll do that later. Anyway, I'm sorry. As you're standing there over the, I was going to let you talk, but as you're standing there over the casket, or over the, I guess the mound of dirt now, looking down, you see, no, you hear a small rustling nearby in one of the decorative flower bushes. And kind of glancing in that direction, there's something real shiny over there, and you, after staring for a second, you realize there's 2 black coated eyes just kind of staring at you out of the bush.
I
kind of eyes. Oh yeah.
I kind of narrow my eyes a little bit, look a little closer, and I'm like, and I like take a couple steps closer.
As you step closer and you narrow your eyes, you see the eyes in the bushes kind of narrow back at you, and then a gruff, a faint, somewhat quiet, but a kind of a gruff voice comes out of the bushes. It's like, I didn't think you'd show up, eh? And you recognize this voice.
Precious, it's you.
What?
And sauntering out of the flower bush comes the ugliest cat you've ever seen. As far as you're aware, you're one of the few people that even knew that Precious could speak. Typically, familiars aren't intelligent enough for language, but
I'm gonna take a second to consider Precious for a second and look back at the grave, and I'm gonna say, now, I'm not completely up to date with all the magic rules and things like that, but I thought it was generally understood that familiars would, disappear once their summoners died. Is that right?
Right, they do.
So, not that I'm not happy to see you, but why are you here?
Why, you think I'm a familiar just because I got this pretty face? Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I had my doubts because a lot of the familiars I've seen, they've had just so much more fur and looks so much more put together, so I really just wasn't sure. But I didn't want to say anything in case it was rude, I struggle with that. I don't know if what I'm saying is rude.
You took all my fur from me. Look at you. You covered in it. Nah, I'm an imp. What? You never knew that? You never seen an imp before?
You know, granted, you look a lot better than a lot of imps that I've seen in my life, which is a grand total of 1. But yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense now. Did she know?
That who?
I gesture back towards the grave.
Oh yeah. No, she knew. Yeah, no, we go way back. Something I don't know. I helped her parents out with some stuff a while back. It's been too long. I don't even know. She's fun though. She's good fun. I like sticking around here. Tell you what, before she went though, she found something that she was real looking forward to giving to you, and seeing as she ain't here, man, that's a real shame to see the look on your face go to waste. So went and found it. Here, come with me to the house. And you see him get down all fours and kind of like wander back over towards the house, just walking through bushes like it's nothing.
And I will follow him on 2 legs because I am civilized.
You two get up to the house, and he just wanders in. There's a little like opening on one of the windowsills that he always uses to go in and out. So you have to let yourself in the door because he's being rude and not even using the door. And you get inside. He takes you into one of the side rooms, one of the sitting rooms where you've always been at, and nudges a little box on one of the side tables. Yeah, open it.
I'm gonna reach up and kind of look at the box. Is there anything that would suggest that this is some kind of trick? Is it safe to open it?
Sure, investigation.
Investigate.
Yeah, this box, it doesn't look like anyone's done anything to it. It's a decorative box. You've seen it here on the shelf before. You've never really paid attention to what was in it, if anything ever was. Sometimes it would be sitting there just open and empty. Other times it's got closed. It looks like kind of like a jewelry box. Nothing real fancy, and you don't see any traps on it, but who knows? Now that you know this guy's an imp. But,
okay.
Really trapped.
I'm gonna carefully open it, and if there's a ribbon, I'm gonna take the ribbon and stuff it in my pocket, and open the lid.
Oh, you mean a ribbon like? Oh, you mean like if it was gift wrapped or something?
Yeah.
No, it's not. There's no ribbon. As you peek inside, there's some sort of. At first, it just looked like a big jumble of string, but you realize it's some sort of totem, some sort of emblem. You've seen like druids wear this kind of thing, and some rangers. It's some sort of primal totem. You can see it has a nice necklace chain on it. Some dangling ropes hanging off it with little feathers and scales and things like that. And looking at it, the symbolism looks somewhat familiar to you, as primal as it is. Really, your area of expertise, but you do recognize some symbolism from a god named Azul, a god that, from your early memories, your parents used to worship this one, and in fact, your mother had a amulet very much like this, and you hear Precious next to you going, "Yeah, she thought she'd win with this one. This was some sort of tabaxi artifact from across the ocean. I don't know much about it, but she seemed to think this would win the game."
I kind of observe it, kind of flip it over back and forth. Are there any kind of special, like anything that would hint at like personalization or anything like that?
Yeah, you see a little. You see it's got some wear and tear, worn down, things like that. But you also see a notch in the edge where like part of a piece of stone has been chipped out, as well as a little symbol carved in the back that's like a Tabaxi family crest. If there is really such a thing, it's more like territorial markings they might put on trees or stones. And it's carved in the little back of this little totem here too. And yes, it looks very familiar. Like this might be from genuinely your homeland. And that chip of stone looks like maybe you've seen this particular totem before. But
Well,
we can explore that more later, I think.
I'm not really going to say anything. Smoke is just going to kind of wordlessly, toss the empty box over her shoulder and put the amulet on and kind of bury it under her layers of scarves. And she's going to look back at who she knows is precious. And she's going to say, if you're expecting tears, I'm sorry to inform you that I do not have any tear ducts, so I will not be crying today. The gauntlet has been thrown, and I will raise that dusty bag back from the dead, if only to one-up her. So, you stay around, because I'm gonna find some shit, and it's gonna be amazing, and you're gonna love the look on her face, and I'm going to give Precious like a little bit of like treats that I usually would give Precious in the past, just like little nibbles of stuff, and I'm gonna salute and I'm gonna walk out.
He doesn't say anything in response, but as you're turning and walking out, like when you said I'm not gonna have any tears, he's kind of looking at your face, and then you turn and walk out, and you just hear. You turn and go out.
And under Smoke's breath, she's just like, I'm gonna kill that fucking imp. It's going to happen.
All right. That was the only, I think, setup I needed from here. Any introductions to each other that you guys would like to do? Anything else without, well, not Smoke because she's not here yet, but or should we jump forward to getting on the boat?
I'm good with just jumping on the boat. I'm pretty sure, like, I already know Tenzin. I know of Smoke. I know the Professor. I mean,
Yeah,
I kind of don't know Gerald, but that's fine.
Yeah, and I think even if you didn't really interact with him personally, you guys should definitely know of Professor Benmus, just because you know that he's been here assisting Stefania in her work. So, plus you all received the letter from him, so you definitely vaguely kind of know him. And maybe Gerald, you might have heard the name.
That's right. I'm the guy.
You're the guy. Okay. Instructions you got directed you to the docks and a boat called the Diviner. What was that? Oh, sorry.
Background.
Background noise, got it. When you get there, you meet a halfling. Halfling in some sailing dress, introduces himself as Kalbrax. The name's not super important. It's Doug. Doug the halfling on the boat.
Doug 4.
Doug 4, yeah. Kalbrax invites you all on, tells you the destination, shows it to you, said, yeah, we're heading down to the woods, Cloakwood, see if we can find Zaldara's tower. Apparently a big black tower there. Ramalia sent instructions ahead. She said when we get down there, I'm to take you guys around the back way. Apparently, of all the folks they've got recruited, she was able to get apparently a lot of volunteers, a lot of very powerful volunteers. Oh man, there was this one half-orc lady. Whew, you should have seen her with a greatsword. Ooh, like me some of that. Anyway, Ramalia wants them all up top, so she's actually going to send you guys in to find the phylactery itself. After scoping out this place a little more, that's actually probably the safer job. Taking on the Lich is probably the most dangerous part, so she thinks it might be safer if we send you guys to actually retrieve the phylactery. So that's where we're headed. Any questions? All right, jump on board. Let's go. He seems very peppy.
All aboard the boat. Do 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 do.
It's about a
We're on
3-day
boat.
journey. He provides food the entire way. There's no cost of living here. They're not making you pay any gold or anything like that. By the way, he passes out the potions of healing. Says use these if you need them. We don't need too many people dying in there. Although it's probably inevitable with when you're talking about a lich. They do got a thing for death, mainly other people's death. From what we've gathered, we were doing. I don't know a whole lot about the magics, but some of our diviners were looking, and they believe the phylactery is her spell book. Zaldara's spell book is the phylactery. So you're looking for a book. Not sure what it's supposed to look like. It's a spell book. Figure it out. It's probably secured down there. I don't know. I imagine if I were a lich, I'd put traps and shit in the way. But hopefully, none of those will draw her attention. Based on our estimates, you're kind of gathering all this throughout the travel down there. This isn't just standing on the docks talking necessarily. Based on our estimates, we can probably keep her attention for maybe an hour, maybe 2, at most. If it's gonna take you more than 2 hours, you're probably dead, and so are we. Just saying. The sooner you can get that phylactery, the sooner we can get her to stop killing all of us, get what we need, and be on our way. Sound good? Mission sound good? Any questions about what we're facing?
Sounds straightforward enough.
Fair enough. We're pretty sure the phylactery is in the basement of her tower. Our scouts have found a nearby cave entrance that we think will give us a back way into the basement. Just don't go upstairs. Who knows what's up there? And yeah, so that's where I'm taking you. I'm taking around to the cave entrance that we're aware of. And on the and you guys sail and you're gathering all that information. He likes to chatter. He likes to sing a couple songs. It's basically just you guys. It's a rather small boat going down the coast. It's just you guys and this halfling. He's sailing the whole thing. So it's not like a big barge or anything. On the evening of the 3rd day, as your boat rides closer, the winds seem to grow colder. And you can see the wind is blowing, the evergreen treetops of the cloakwood kind of rustle endlessly, and he finally is steering the boat up alongside the rocky shores. He goes, "Hey, you see that?" You say, and he's pointing to some big monolithic black tower that just appears over the top of the dark forest. He says, "Hey, that's Zaldara. We're close." You guys, he pulls up the boat, and you all kind of dismount and gather your gear, get equipped. He's like, "Okay, here it is. This is the moment. We just got to wait for the signal." He leads you up a little ways up the beach, up to a cliffside there. You guys are at the bottom of a cliff. And you hear a single note from a horn come through the trees. Not super loud, but just a single. He goes, "Oh, that's it. And he runs over to the cliffside and mutters a small incantation. You actually see a little arcane energy fly off his tips of his fingers. And the rock cliffside shimmers a little bit, and you see an entrance into a cave right there in the cliff. With a staircase that winds upward ever so slightly into the rock. He says, "All right, that's Romalia's horn. Go. Let's be quick." Once you have it, come back here. I'll get us out to safety. Sound good?
Sure. Smoke's gonna step forward a little bit, kind of inspect the opening, just to make sure there's nothing nasty like just inside, and that we're good to start making this journey down.
Sounds good. Investigation, please. For to investigate the doorway itself, yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty clear. I mean, definitely had that illusion spell placed on it, but our boy Callbrax just got rid of that, so. Heading down into the cellar.
And then, for the sake of, story, like during the trip on the boat, I'll say Smoke took the time to kind of get to know everybody, at least on a surface level. She probably spent most of the time with Gerard, just because
Gerald.
Sorry, Gerald, whatever your name is. You're Gerard now. She spent the most time with Gerald just because he seemed kind of lost. And she was like, okay, well, we'll just stick close.
Okay.
And then left it at that.
How many times, though, did Gerald try to pet Smoke?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Just to give
He's a
you a
good boy.
visual, Smoke is only 14 inches tall. So she's not a very tall tabaxi.
She's a
The
small girl.
temptation is there because she is teeny tiny little house cat. And Gerald just wants to pet the cat, but he knows better.
I love it.
All right, as you descend down, the ceilings of this cavern are roughly 10 feet tall,
So small.
with random passes that are about 8 foot high and some doorways connecting. Well, what look like doorways, there's some doors. But it's like odd. Half of it looks natural, half of it looks carved every now and then. And definitely as you come down, there is like no light sources at all. It is dark. Which probably doesn't bother most of you.
I can't see shit
Gerald can't see shit.
because I'm a little human baby.
I will go ahead and light a torch.
Carry the torch. Okay.
I'll give it to the child and say, hold this. And then I'll try to stay out in front of the group just to keep an eye out for any traps that might pop up.
Gerald, if you're gonna hold the torch, you're not gonna be able to use one of your hands.
Yeah. I will. I will put my shield away for the time being, and have torch in one hand and my sword in the other.
Fair enough.
Tenzin will take up like the flanker spot to Smoke, maybe be like 10, 15 feet behind her.
Okay. This is as far back as I could put the tokens, so we can eventually move ourselves forward. Or actually, maybe I can move you guys back here. If I do this, hold up. If I grab you guys and move you there, I move you guys and move you there, something like that. I guess you can move yourselves forward after that.
I would like to look back at our child and ask, this is your first time going in?
Going in what?
A cave?
Yes.
Watch your head.
I mean, I'm not very tall, but okay.
In this group, you're the tallest, so
Am I really?
Yeah, I think you are.
3 dwarves and a tabaxi that's like 14 inches tall. Yes, you are the tallest.
I'm the tallest at 5'9".
It's between you and Liara Liara's not here. We haven't met her yet, so yeah, you are definitely the tallest in this group.
Okay. Okay.
Oh boy. And the tabaxi is genuinely small size, like small size category. The dwarves are at least medium sized category. But...
Short and stocky.
That's pretty great. We're just a bunch of small people. My chat's kind of saying things like Smoke's catchphrase need to be, "You don't want to catch this smoke." And now they're like, "Oh, it's not just the child; it's the tall child."
The tall child.
Love
Drip.
it. I love it.
Drip. Drip.
I can't move because I'm colliding with the tile. Or with the wall.
There's a hollow sound that pierces the silence in this cave as water just slowly falls down from stalactites. Stale air kind of fills your lungs as you take in the cave. Large, unworked. Ahead of you is a large, unworked stone column that holds up the ceiling. To the left are stout stairs leading up that hug one column side. So this is kind of a natural stairway going up, a little rough cliffing that hugs around the outside. And to the right, how far can people see? To the right, you see the cave extends further that way, and as the stalactites kind of drip, you see a little trickle of water that also runs down the cave as well from that direction. There's a ledge up here. You guys are on the lower portion of the ledge. Up above you, how high is that? It's probably about 10 feet up. Yeah. So it looks like there's, well, at least right now, kind of two paths ahead. You could just follow this lower portion of the cave that way, or you can try heading up and around the pillar up that way. Whatever you're thinking. This is the big stone pillar. It ends right about here where a ledge starts.
Well, considering the number of skeletons on the bottom half, maybe we should at least check out the upper ledge.
Always
See
have
if-
the high ground.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. And what did we say was the rough marching order? Because I know I don't want to rely entirely on everyone having perfect computer delay.
I think
I-
what we have right now on screen is pretty close.
Sure.
Maybe
Well,
Thoradin swapped with Tenzin, but other than that, probably pretty good.
Fair
There
enough.
we go. I have armor. I'm good this time around.
Yeah, we got a lot of armor in this group.
Yeah.
I'm bare chested. I still have a 16 AC, but
Gerald's too thin to hide behind, though. We're a bunch of stocky dwarves. We can't just single file hide behind him.
As you scramble up the cliff, keeping an eye out for stuff, you hear as you step up onto the top of the cliff, you hear a voice ring out from somewhere to your left, like from the wall itself, here-ish. That just says it's a feminine voice. It just says, "By mistake or by foolishness, you have come too far. Your soul will be used to feed my endlessness."
Oh,
Oh,
I would like to look at one of the skeletons here before we go any
bit
further,
haunting.
if they're here.
like this one right here.
Yeah, or this one here. Either one.
Sure.
And I would like to approach him with caution.
Sure, give me an investigation.
Mhm.
Or nature, if that's higher, I guess. What's your nature mod?
0.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Investigation it is.
Can I also investigate the skeleton that I'm standing on? And also, I'm trying to be stealthy now that I've heard that voice.
Oh yeah, once you heard the verse, you just like switch to like, oh shit, stealth mode. Yeah, give me a stealth and a perception smoke. Professor, the skeletons here, you see some little bits of metal lying on the ground that look like buckle clasps and things like that. But if they were ever attached to any leather's long gone. All the flesh from the bones is missing, and there almost looks to be like little pock marks all along the calcium, all along the bones, like the flesh was burned away with acid or something.
Acid, you say?
Left the bones, left all the little metal bits on the ground. Yeah.
My rolls are on there.
Presumably, all of you heard this voice from Smoke up top, or what Smoke heard, triggering walking up there. Smoke, you hear a light clattering coming from. There's a pillar right here, blocking some of your vision. but you hear a light clattering coming from the direction over here, along the ledge.
Okay, well, I'll quietly pull out my short bow just in case I have to shoot something. But I'm just gonna try to remain stealthy for now.
So smoke climbed up and a voice triggered. The professor got distracted and went and looked at stuff. The other three of you, what are you thinking? Are you freezing in place? Are you climbing up after her?
I'm gonna climb up after her.
So will Tenzin.
Gerald, not wanting to be left behind, will also climb up.
So there shows like there's a wall.
Yes. Yoink.
There it is.
And hopefully
was
smoke. I
super
didn't put you in a
grayscale.
wall. Hopefully, no, you look good. Yeah, that's because dark vision and your light source is at the bottom of the cliff.
What? There he is.
Same thing up here. The cave just kind of continues on. Little stalactites going drip, drip. And you hear that kind of shambling sound as the rest of you climb up here, especially with the light bobbing up. Out of the darkness, you see two shambling figures walk forward. And suddenly you realize very clearly, oh, these are skeletons, and they're armed.
All right. I'm ready to roll some initiative then.
Can I get a quick shot off at one of them since I have my crossbow out?
Sure. Seems to just be the two of them. Yeah, with a ready to action. Yeah, go ahead and roll this initiative.
Oh no, I have a 0 initiative.
Oh no.
I'll still somehow roll better than Kraus, who had a +2.
Nice.
First crit, and it's on initiative.
It's on initiative, baby.
Hey,
Gerald is ready to jump into this fight.
he is. He's like out of my way.
All right. And Smoke, you were ready and fired a shot off, and it missed.
Yes, no, I figured. Is that going to count as my first turn too, or?
No.
Okay, cool.
Ready to action. All right. So yeah, these skeletons. Well, the clattering made them turn and go, oh, and well, they were kind of already looking in the light anyway. And then an arrow comes clattering out. They go, oh. They start shambling over in your direction. But 4 of you are faster than they are at reacting to the shot. So Smoke, what are you up to?
I'm going to shoot again.
Damn.
Oh, you ready this time?
Damn.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you're
the
shooting
first
front
one. Yeah,
Okay.
the front one.
That has to feel good.
Yeah, especially after the failure that was the last one.
I like your smoky dice.
The only
Thank
sad
you.
part is I don't think you get
11.
what is it? Sneak attack.
That would hurt my feelings.
Can you guys see health bars on them if you mouse over?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you see names on them if you hover over?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't see names when I hover over my allies though.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's a later thing. Might be a bit confusing for the non-dwarves to, but for the dwarves, they'll probably be fine.
Oh, it's set you can't even see your own. Okay. No, I want to fix this real quick. Hovered by anyone. Okay, update.
While you do that, can I take a bonus action to hide?
Sure. How are you doing that?
I'm gonna duck into this little, like around this little corner right here, so they don't have me in direct line of sight.
Fair enough. Stealth check, please.
18.
Ooh.
All right, I like that. Cool. I don't remember if there's a hidden condition, and I can't ask Jason because he uses different stealth than I do. Maybe I ought to just get that mod, huh? Anyway, you are hidden, Smoke. All right. Next up, Gerald. Skeleton started making noise. Smoke popped off.
Okay.
You can barely see one on the edge of your light, way out there, just like ah.
Yeah. So. Dang it! I can't get close enough to actually hit him.
You could move forward and then ready in action.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. So yeah.
Don't forget to drop the torch too.
Oh.
Well, it would take like a minute to put the shield on, so.
Yeah.
It's one action for a shield.
Oh, is it?
Just
I
an
thought it was
action for a shield.
minute. Is it a minute to take it off?
Nope, it's just don and doffing a shield's an action. I think you're thinking of like leather armor. It takes a minute.
Okay.
And heavy armor is like 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, so I will set the torch down, re-equip my shield, and well, does re-equipping my shield take my action or no?
It does.
Then I will not re-equip my shield. And I will ready in action for if a enemy comes within my melee range, then I will attack with my longsword.
Cool. Professor, you hear noises up above you.
It is your turn.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna.
Your closest friend is like right in front of you here. I'll just.
Yeah, I guess hop up there and look around. Pulling the longbow off my back and hooking an arrow, I am going to release a shot at
that particular angle, they'll probably get like half cover from this weird pillar in the way. So.
What about that angle?
Sure.
And we're going to target that guy.
At the back? Okay. Let's see what happens.
That was so close to a 20.
12. Ooh, it comes up and kind of scrapes a little bit, and you see the arrow just take a little chink out of one of his ribs. But it doesn't really slow him down. It's actually a miss. Just slides right on by. He might get rug burned from the arrow shaft.
If bones can get burned.
Bonus action or anything for you?
No, I don't think I have a bonus action at this point in time.
Tenzin?
So Tenzin, he already had his great axe out when the voice spoke. So, but kind of
Sure.
seeing the situation, he will run and post up right next to Gerald. And then from his belt, he'll pull out a hand axe and chuck it across at the skeleton.
Okay. Make your strikes. "13 takes it right in the head, and the skeleton collapses to the ground.
Nice.
By the way, these guys are holding like short swords. Just kind of shambling with short swords. All right, anything else for you?
Nope.
Nice. Same message. How do I get this thing to display chat message immediately? There it goes. Oh, thank God. Save. And Thoradin. skeletons.
I am. Okay, cool. Now I'm not muted anymore. All right, I'm going to move forward to there.
All right.
And then I'm going to go ahead and target this skeleton right here. Well, the only other one with a Sacred Flame. If you could make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, sure.
13.
17.
Well,
Oh, shit. I rolled as you. I had you selected. I'm terribly sorry about that.
attacked myself. That's okay. You rolled well, so never mind. Nothing happens.
In
And
this
that's my
case,
turn.
I have the I actually have my materials like printed in front of me on paper, so I'm not even going from D&D Beyond. I'm just like actually typing all my dice rolls. Weird.
Hey, it's fine. But that's my turn. I'm done.
That's your turn?
Yep.
All right.
Tried.
And the skeleton shambles forward, rushing at, let's see who's closest, probably at Thoradin. Ready to actions.
It's Tenzin.
Tenzin. It's rushing at Tenzin, but I believe there were 2 ready to actions, right? No, you didn't ready Tenzin, did you? So it would just be Gerald. Katie's probably dealing with Emma. Okay. In that case,
Apologies. What's up?
She readied a longsword attack when the skeleton came in range.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to go roll that because we know what she wanted to do. So let's see if she one-shots this thing. It's going to be amazing. Longsword. Hiya. Oh, I
Damn.
shouldn't roll again.
Yeah, no, don't roll for Katie anymore.
It worked so well when she was a barbarian.
What the fuck you doing? What is this?
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, you have a ready to attack. Go for it.
Great. Wow. Wow.
Oh, no.
At least it
Wow.
wasn't a 1, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
All right. The skeleton raises its short sword in response and slashes down at Tenzin. That is a... Oh, I don't have anyone selected, right? Okay, good. Skeleton. Yar. That's an 11 to armor class Tenzin.
So he sweeps out with his short sword, and Tenzin actually does like a corkscrew and goes over top of it and lands, does a 3-point landing back up, and kind of gets ready.
Oh, God.
Hey, Tenzin doesn't talk. I have to do everything else by action now because he's
you
just
don't
got to be
talk.
super cool.
This
Hey,
is
I
gonna be
like
something.
it.
Smoke?
This skeleton's about to have
Alright.
the entire world destroyed.
If I pop out of hiding, do I have advantage or no?
If you make an attack from hide, you have advantage on that attack. But then making the attack reveals you.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and do that then.
Which, of course, if you don't have extra attacks, it doesn't really matter. And if you use your bonus action to hide again, you can hide again. So advantage 24 will hit. 5 plus sneak attack, 9 damage. Ka-chunk.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Huge chunk of his shoulder just goes spraying with the arrow flying out. Yeah. All right. Anything else for your bonus actions?
Nope. I'll hang out this time.
All right, Gerald, take 2.
Ready, your turn comes.
Yeah, Nathan.
All right. Sorry, I'm gonna try and keep myself muted while Emma's being fussy.
It's all good. Danny and I are having fun muting and unmuting ourselves back and forth constantly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
19.
Damages.
Nice.
So that would be one-handed slashing. So 9 damage.
I mean, well, I mean, you're gonna kill him either way, but I guess you could have done 2-handed because, like, you didn't have a shield on. So hey.
That's true, but cool.
And the skeleton crumples to the ground.
Yay!
These guys clearly did not have vocal cords and clearly do not look feminine. So we're not sure where that voice came from. But the combat is over. These are the only 2 skeletons. You don't see any more threats.
You mentioned that it came over from like by this wall area. Can I go and investigate over there real quick?
Sure. Investigation.
I think I'm stuck on the wall.
Tenzin will check for
I
traps
see nothing.
real quick and make sure it's safe before he gets his hand axe from the skeleton.
You're checking for what? For traps?
I just want to make sure it's safe that he can go get the hand axe from the skeleton that he hit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, perception. As you wander over, look great. Smoke. You see
Looks
a
all good.
because you heard where the sound was. You're able to wander over and kind of like be like, what is going on here? And you see some kind of strange carving. It looks like maybe a rune or something in the wall, but you have no idea what it means.
Cool. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let the group know that this place has runes that probably sense us as we move into different areas.
Tenzin, there's no traps or anything. Man, that water is getting loud though. Drip, drip, like just echoes real hard, hitting throughout the cave. Drip, drip, drip.
He'll signal to his ear, and then he'll move his finger up and down to match the beat of the drip, to like Gerald and Thoradin, kind of like to bring attention to them.
I'll come this way, and then as I'm coming over this way, I'll notice this door over here.
So say, as you look that way, yeah, you can see down the ledge. If you had gone that way the first time, you can kind of see a pathway going up, and there's a door at the top of a rocky staircase similar to what you walked up before. There's also two paths forward ahead of you here. And Thoradin, as you step forward a little bit to go join Tenzin, seeing his motions, you hear the sound of the dripping water as well, and it seems to just be getting louder coming from around this corner up here. Just going drip, drip, and the little stream on the ground seems a little stronger. All right, 3 paths ahead of you, folk.
I'd consider following the water.
Yeah.
Unknown.
That feels like the right direction.
Unknown path, water path, or door. Sounds like people. Sounds like water path, huh?
I vote water.
Yeah, let's follow it. I'll pop back up front again.
Wait. Are we talking like physical door here or like?
Yeah, it's an actual crafted door. It's a door.
They said it's in the basement. There's a door. It's probably on the other side of that door.
They did mention don't go up, so I wonder.
Well, we've already failed at that.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying like you're going to go into the basement of the tower, but don't actually go up into the tower prime.
Okay.
That was his warning, because that's where the Harpers are going to strike up there, trying to distract the Lich for you.
Gotcha.
So, water or door?
I'm still up for water. I feel like door is too easy, especially since the skeletons that we had to fight were over here.
It's fair.
I think that's a fair assumption, and at least we know where the door is, so if we need to double back, it's an
Okay.
easy enough thing to find.
Okay, it just seemed like the logical conclusion to me. That's all.
You can go check out the door. You don't have to go with these fucks.
I would like to pick up my torch again.
Okay.
Okay. There's another door.
Oh.
The sound of dripping water grows more rapid here, and drops hit the ground so frequently it's almost as if the stalactites are creating like a light rain. Just
I'm stuck on a wall.
Of course you are. In the north wall, there's an opening about 10 feet above the ground, big enough for like a crouched human to crawl through. Oh no, I'm sorry, over here. North
You gotta go to this square,
east
Jason.
wall. There's a
Yeah.
little opening in the ceiling up there. It's about 10 feet up that maybe a human could crawl through.
Hey, Bessie.
There's also a door ahead of you here. The water is just from the ceiling. It's just down the stalactites, just going drip, 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 and it gathers here on the floor and runs down the passageway. That's where the water's coming from.
DM,
Yes.
can I see, please?
Forgot to turn the torch back on.
The torch is on.
I see nothing.
Yeah, not on Gerald.
It's all gray. Yeah.
Really? I turned on light with her.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Weird. I gave her 40-foot dim, and I tried to give her 20-foot bright, but apparently I left bright on 0 on accident, but I still gave you 40-foot dim, and that didn't give you anything?
Nope.
That's so weird.
All right. So we have choices. We can go to the door, or we could go the crawl space.
Now I'm willing to try the door.
Yes.
I
Door.
feel like we should send the cat to go look at the crawl space.
I can do that. I can do both.
So Tenzin will go underneath where like the hole is, and then like put his hands together like he's about to boost her up, and then he'll kind of just chuck her up to get up there.
Excellent. Is there anything shady up here as I get to the entrance of this?
No, it just looks like a little tunnel up there.
Cool. I'm gonna crawl through it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot a feature of this room. I probably should have said it before we came in. And since you guys have really only looked around, I'll let you reconsider what you're doing here. The floor is so wet that it's actually a little slippery in this area. You're very likely to fall prone if you make any sudden movements. You're having to move at like half speed in order to stay upright. If you tried to move at a proper brisk pace or any sort of combat pace, you'd probably have to test your reflexes to see if you're going to fall down. So half speed will keep you from falling prone in here. Just want to throw that out there. Boosting her up. The walls are pretty wet here, Miss Tabaxi. If you could make me a athletics check.
Oh no.
Just to keep your grip on the wall. I know you have a climb speed, but yeah.
Oh no.
Pull out the claws. Pull out the claws. Oh, wow. Oh, no, indeed.
All right, with Tenzin's help, you kind of get this boost up, and you scramble up, and you fall into... This is because you failed the check. But you make it up. You make it up into the crawl space and kind of have to launch yourself that last little bit, and so you tumble forward into it, and you smack right into something large and squishy.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's an
Aw.
ooze!
Oh, no. Is it?
Gross.
Does Tenzin hear this?
You hear a splat.
And you hear me shouting gross.
Uh-oh.
So Tenzin
and-
will come up and like see if he can kind of reach in and grab her. if he
Yeah,
can.
hold up here.
Is there something underneath me? Because I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me get rid of you. There we go.
What's that pink light?
Don't go towards the light.
Did you actually see something?
Yeah, over here, when you got rid of all of us, there were like pink lights.
Gotcha. Yeah. There we go. Can you still see anything?
No!
Yeah, she goes splat, and suddenly you realize this is like some little alcove, and the whole thing is just taken up with a big gray ooze thing.
Ooh.
And as soon as your arm slaps it, you can feel a little bit of your skin just start tearing away. Like, oh, you, like an acid burn.
Ow, not the toe beans.
Let me out!
All right, roll me initiative.
All right, and then we're gonna roll initiative versus. Okay.
Oh no!
We could.
No active combat encounter.
The dice are telling a story. This is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Is that Emma?
Yeah.
That's super cute.
Tenzin, what was the perception? I'm sorry. Oh, that was a while back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the way it's gonna go.
Smoke's just rolling too many natural ones, so.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I think everyone else got added, right? The professor, and Gerald, and he.
Lovely.
How wonderful
That
for you to deliver
It's
yourself.
really fast.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
We're
For an
all
ooze,
just that
bro?
slow. Time stop.
Right.
Oh boy.
There it is. Okay. As you splat into the ooze, you can see its body kind of wiggle and react, and it's like, ooh, it wants more of that, and it starts trying to encompass you, like it's trying to absorb you or something.
Okay.
And that is an attack roll. Here we go. You hear her splat and go, ah! Or however a cat screams. As a 5 versus your armor class.
My armor class is 15.
Hey.
All right. And it starts inching forward right into your space there. All right. And that is Gerald's turn.
Okay. Let's see.
Exactly,
So-
Emma. Exactly.
As Smoke was right at the edge of the cave, or right at the edge of the entrance there, she
Yeah.
smacked something just inside and squealed a little bit, and now you see this ooze thing starting to fill the entire frame of that tunnel opening up there. So you can just kind of make it out. It's got a little bit of cover behind Smoke, though.
And Tenzin.
Mechanical cover. Yeah. Well, Tenzin, you're on the ground, right? This is about 10 feet up.
Oh, it's 10 feet up. Ooh, never mind. Forgot
Yeah,
about
this tunnel's in the ceiling. Yeah. Or, well, I'm sorry, it goes horizontally, but it's 10 feet above the ground. The ceiling in this chamber is maybe 15 feet up. But the ooze is starting to fill the opening around Smoke. So the ooze is there, but it's got half cover behind Smoke.
Is any part of Smoke still like accessible?
You want to get the snake?
Yeah, she's there. You can see her right there at the opening.
Cool. I will ask Tenzin to kind of like give me a boost, and I'm gonna try and grab Smoke.
Oh, sure. I guess that would be a contested athletics. It'd be a grapple, but like, you don't have to fight it, I guess.
No, I'm not fighting it at all.
All right, give me a athletics check, just to get up the wall.
All right.
And a reminder: if you move too far, you're gonna
Oh.
you might slip.
Well, with Tenzin
Excellent.
helping Gerald, would that give Gerald advantage on this?
It would, but we're in initiative. So I don't think you've had a chance to take the help action.
Yeah, I guess not.
She just kind of rushed forward to try and grab him. Tried to use you as a booster without like giving you time to turn around and make a boost.
Just love that image.
But she slips on the floor a little bit, and the wet wall is a little too slick to climb up this moment. She'll have to try again. All right, any bonus action for you or anything, Gerald?
Nope.
All right, Thoradin.
Okay,
What's going
well,
on?
not a whole lot that I can do. Right? I mean, I can see it just barely enough, right?
Yeah, you can see it. You can target it
Okay.
with things that can see it.
Yep, I'm going to use a Sacred Flame on that. It gets
Okay.
dexterity saving throw.
Nice. 0.
Hey. All right. 1d8. Wow, a
I love
singular,
this.
a singular damage of radiance.
Guys, this is a great start to Tomb of Annihilation. Just gonna say.
Just everybody dies to a singular gray ooze. Well, at least I did a little damage, and I'm gonna hold position for now, so I'm done.
All right, Professor. Are you investigating? You see a very faint purple glow to your left.
To my left, oh, like over here.
Yeah, like down the hallway. But you also hear squeals and excitement from the room you just left with the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one step up on this thing, and I'm gonna slowly crack the door open or test the lock.
Test the lock. Okay.
Don't open it, just test it, see if it's unlocked.
Sure. Sorry, I gotta remember what door that is. That is
This door right here.
Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course.
I'm sorry. Let me describe the door. The door has a big carving on it. It's the image of like let's see, what is this? It's carved in the image of a kraken pulling two halves of a broken ship down into the sea. It's got this nice decorative carving on it. All kinds of symbols and things like that. And as you go up to try and try the handle, see if it'll open, a whole bunch of the runes on it start to glow, and these large tentacles shoot out and try to grab you. Like spectral tentacles shoot out from the door. And a dexterity saving throw, please.
Boom.
That sounds
and
horrific.
you quickly dodge back and avoid the tentacles as they lash out.
Hey,
Nice.
not today.
Right.
Stowing the longbow and pulling the longsword off my.
Let's
Not,
see,
wait,
in
I
the
don't have a
twen-
longsword. Do I have a?
And the tentacles, they lash out. You try to avoid them, and then successfully ducking out of the way, they seem to pause for a moment and then retract back into the door, and the runes go cold again.
Yeah, I put the bow away and pull out my light hammer.
Okay.
Ready to bash anybody's head in now. All right. Well, that's a bad idea. I mumble.
All right, Tenzin.
So you said it's like 15.
The ceiling is 15. The tunnel is 10 foot up. So it's like just out of your reach. You could poke the ooze if you had a glaive.
Okay. Could I instead try and either jump up or slightly climb up the rocks to try and grab Smoke and pull them out?
Sure. It's just an athletics check to get up there. It's not an athletics check to grapple her because she's not contesting. It's an athletics check to get up there to her. Because on these slippery walls that are covered in wet stuff.
Okay. So athletics.
Easy.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Crit
I assume
run.
in return, you boost yourself off of Gerald.
No, so I look at Gerald and I lightly pat his shoulder, and then I jump up and I kick off the wall, so I'm bouncing between the walls, kind of doing like the Mario jump back thing until I get up high enough, reach my hand in, grab Smoke, and then pull Smoke out, and then I land back down where we're at, right? And then how much of my movement would that take to kind of or how much would I have left?
It would take you, let's say it'll take you 10 feet to get up and back with her.
Okay.
And then so you have 15 feet left, but if you move at full speed down here, you might slip. So just keep that in mind.
That's fine. I will just basically take one more step this way. Oh, I can't do it. I guess where I will and land there. And then I will pull out my axe and kind of get ready for when the ooze comes down, because I'm assuming that took my action to go up and grab Smoke, huh?
Yeah, functionally a grapple.
Okay, so then I'm just waiting for it, batter up.
All right,
Gerald will look on in awe.
Smoke, you got dragged down by Tenzin. He just reached up, joink, pulled you down, and you're on the ground now. Land safely.
Excellent. I am going to gently pat my toe beans into the water and rub off any ooze that might be on me. Gross. And then, do I have like a clear line of sight to the ooze from down here, or no?
Yeah, you can see it. It's the news.
Okay. Does it look like it's trying to follow us now that I'm not up there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's crawling out.
Shooting it. Or 17.
Can you all hear me twice? Am I echoing?
Yes.
It's not consistent. It's every so often.
Yeah, it's every now and then it's like double Nathan's.
Okay. Short bow. It goes up and yes, goes thunk into the. Sorry, can you mute?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you mute? Sorry, that's. I was suddenly hearing myself, like you unmuted yourself. I was gonna say it thunks into the ooze, and then you see the ooze retracts a little bit from it, but then you see the arrow just starting to dissolve very quickly into the ooze's body.
Excellent. So I am going, after doing that, I'm going to take my steps back so that I'm over here by Thornton.
Be careful, the floor is slick. But I don't blame you for moving away from that.
Yeah, I think I'll be right here.
All right. Sorry, I just wanted to get out the description of the arrow just disintegrating. Was that the fourth arrow you'd used? All right. The ooze comes crawling out. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And just plops out of the chasm opening above, the tunnel opening above, and plops right onto the floor in front of Gerald and reaches out trying to encase him. And
That's the sound that Gerald's brain is making.
a 10 versus your armor class.
Nope.
There we go.
Oh, it's coming for you. Here it comes. And that's it. That's his turn. Gerald?
Okay. I stab it. Let's see.
Oh,
12?
Oh, the 12 easily hits, and you slice right into it. And you see it kind of recoil from the hit, and it's like, but you also see lots of little pockmarks start popping up in your longsword.
Oh.
Starting to get a little bit of damage. You're still holding the torch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This ooze has you slice off a whole chunk of it that just goes flying onto the ground, and stops moving there, almost dissolving itself into the ground. And your longsword has taken a little bit of pock damage. You have a -1 penalty to damage rolls with it. Not attack
Okay.
rolls, but damage rolls.
Got it. I'm gonna take 3 steps this way. Slowly.
All right. Oh, you know what? We can opportunity attack that. Why not?
no.
Okay.
Ooh, 20 to armor class.
Damn.
Yeah, that hits.
Oops.
All right. You take a what is this? You take 2 bludgeoning damage as the slime kind of slams into you, and you could feel the ooze kind of tear through it, hit some of your exposed skin, and you can just feel it corroding away a little bit. You take 6 points of acid damage as well,
Yowing.
so 8 total. And some of those pockmarks that were on your sword start showing up on your armor as well. A -1 to AC.
All right.
Ooh.
We just look back on.
All right, Thornton.
All right, my turn.
This ooze is missing a bunch of chunks, though. It's looking pretty bad.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to do another move up over here. Actually, I'll move in front of the cat. protect Smoke and the child. And yeah, I needed to roll a dexterity save.
Really?
And
I roll. That's a nat
succeeds.
20.
All right. Well, never mind. And that's my turn.
You know, it's a good play to do a dex save on the guy with 6 dexterity. It just didn't work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Oh well. Well,
All right,
that's it for me.
Professor, what's your next experiment? All right, Professor, what's your next experiment here?
He's walking away.
I think he's going towards the light. Jason, you might be muted.
I was indeed muted. Seeing as how the party seems to have this ooze under control, just gonna go check out the purple light.
All right. As you wander down this way, it's not. You come around and you see a bunch of tiny little gemstones all embedded in the wall. They're putting out a very faint kind of purple light. It's not really enough to even provide light for the chasm. It's not like it's lighting up your way. That's okay. You have dark vision. But it's ever just a faint glow, like the coals in a campfire that's burned down, with this nice purple coloring. Let me see if I can put a light on there just so you can see the color I'm talking about.
Okay, I gotcha.
And there's just piles of them. Hundreds of these little pink crystals coming out of the walls and ceiling on both sides of the cavern.
Yep. I'll move my 15 feet there, and then I'm like, noted. And then I'll move my 15 feet back over to here.
Cool.
Maybe.
Reminder, thou art a dwarf with 25-foot movement speed.
Oh. There you go.
Just, for the rest of the adventure.
Yep.
Maybe remember that.
Thank you.
This is going to be fun with half the party having 25. Oh, yeah, half the party having 25-foot movement.
Don't worry.
I'll go up faster.
So will I.
All right. Tenzin.
So Tenzin, he is not a smart man. But he does have some battle awareness. So he did see Gerald's sword get hit, and he loves his battle axe.
Agreed. You saw that.
His great axe was it's one of his favorite things. So instead, he's gonna pull out his hand axe from his hip again, and then use his hand axe as a melee strike against the ooze.
Beautiful. That hits. Yeah, you even with the hand axe, you just kind of swipe through and take out this huge chunk of the ooze. It's now kind of writhing on the ground like it wants to keep coming forward, but it's in pain. And the hand axe takes the -1 to damage for future attacks.
Okay.
And it's non-magical, right? Yeah.
Yep. And so that's it for Tenzin's one.
Nice. And Smoke.
I am going to peek around Thornton, and I'm going to throw one of my daggers at the ooze.
Interesting choice. Dagger instead of arrow.
15 to hit.
15 will hit, and assuming it does at least 2 damage.
Yeah, it does.
And the dagger sinks into it, and the ooze kind of just seems to shudder a little bit. You see it in front of you, Tenzin, just like a thing of jello, just shudders, and then kind of collapses in a heap into the ground as the dagger starts to corrode away in its body.
Can Tenzin try and grab the dagger and pull it out before too much damage is done to it?
Sure, easy, no
Bink.
roll. Yeah, you pick it up. -1 to damage on the dagger.
I'll shake off whatever acid's there and then thunk and throw it and actually right between Smoke's legs, and he'll just give a little wave from his forehead, like a little salute.
I will return the salute, wipe my dagger off, and put it back in my pocket.
Let's see. So Gerald's longsword got a -1 to damage, and Gerald's armor got a -1 to AC. Smoke's dagger got a -1 to damage. And then Tenzin's hand axe, right?
Yeah, I've already marked it up on D&D Beyond.
I have also marked mine on D&D.
Yeah, it's just kind of an arbitrary reduction. Yeah, non-magical equipment. Might need to get it repaired or replaced. We'll see. And yeah, and that's the end of the action down here. Nothing else seems to be coming out at you. There's just a big pile of gray ooze on the ground.
So, looking at the door from a distance, does it look like something we would need magic to break that rune on, or would I be able to pick the lock?
Good question. Let's see. Make me a.
Don't try and touch that door.
Are you the only one investigating, or Professor, you're still there, or who's checking out this door?
Yeah, I'll help Smoke, but make sure we kind of stay far enough back that the tentacles don't come out again.
Yeah, it was definitely when you touched it that it triggered. Make whoever one of you make me a investigation check. One of you can make it, the other and the other one just gives advantage, I guess, on it.
I have a +2 to investigation.
I have a +5. I will go ahead and roll.
I have a
Have-
-1.
Have advantage.
Hey,
Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah, within this this image of the Kraken, there's a number of writings, arcane writings, worked into the artwork of this carving, which Professor, you saw these light up when the trap activated, and you make me a let's see, Smoke, make me an Arcana check, if you would.
Oh no.
I'm casting guidance, so you get a d4 for it extra.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
So 16 total.
Okay, so as you and the professor kind of look this over and check out these runes, you see a couple that might be linked to it. You're like, this doesn't seem like it's just artistic. Like it seems like they're out of place to be part of sentences or something of maybe an old language. And as you're looking at them, trying to figure out what you discern, God, Carmen comes up behind you. Fuck, what's your name? Torden.
Carmen, she's back.
She's back. Thornton walks up behind you and goes, "Oh, that it kind of looks well. That reminds me of the rune for something," and kind of gives some insight into it. And you realize the entire array of runes makes like a grand array, like similar like a glyph of warding or something like that. And you could probably just scratch out a couple of these runes, like just disrupt it with something like a chisel or a dagger or something. You might be able to just like scratch out these runes, and that should disable it, you think?
Okay. I will take out my already damaged dagger and try to scratch at the runes, but then make like a quick step back just in case those tentacles come back out.
Sure. At the professor's insisting, you don't actually touch the door, but you just kind of take your dagger and go. The door doesn't react to you, but you're able to like scrape away, chip away a little bit at the stonework, and the rune is gone. You've just kind of made a flat surface, little hole, dug a little hole there, and the rune seems to be gone. You're pretty certain this worked. Only one way to find out.
Okay, here we go.
You're grabbing the door. You can try and open it.
I mean, unless we want to go try the other door, I feel like the only way forward is actually forward.
If this door was warded, it's got to be something important.
All right. As you grab the door to kind of push on the handle and try and open it, nothing happens. It doesn't respond, but the door appears blocked.
Is there a lock I can pick?
Yes, just a classic door handle on there. Yep, looks like a set of luck picks might be able to get you guys through this. By the way, time is ticking as we've gone through so far. Investigating different things. It's probably been about 15 minutes so far in this cavern.
Okay, what check do I make to try to pick the lock with my thieves' tools?
If you're proficient with thieves' tools, it'll be a D20 plus proficiency.
Plus guidance. Here's an extra D4 for you.
And Dex. It's still a Dex check.
Is it? Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, you could do dexterity plus proficiency plus 1d4 from Thornton.
Yeah.
Okay, so would I just roll my sleight of hand then? Because that's my +4 for Dex, +2 proficiency, and then...
Thieves' tools actually have their own specific check.
No, she's just looking for a shortcut button. If
Yeah,
it's
for
any
sure.
number,
Danny, you should be able to just click on your thieves' tools, and it'll roll in D&D Beyond. I did that all the time for Nelina. You have to have them equipped.
And then let me add my guidance.
Look
Hold
at
on.
that. You don't even need it, really.
You never know. She might be a 20.
25, baby.
That is a roll.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh.
This is a well manicured hallway. Like, does it look like there's any like traps or anything like that before we step in?
With another door at the end of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this feels very much like a trap.
It does.
I'm gonna drop my back real quick, reach aside, and pull out my sledgehammer. And then huffed it back over my shoulder.
Oh, god damn it, I'm muted again. Yes, this is a nice worked basement hallway ahead of you. These are cement walls that were structured or stone walls that were placed like this. Nice smooth floor. You are not ahead of you. Past this wall is not a natural cavern anymore. I'm sorry. Which direction did somebody else say they were going? That wasn't the base ahead.
I was whipping out my sledgehammer.
Ah, okay. Is that a weapon, or you're getting the tool out?
I'm getting the tool out
Nice.
because I was planning on busting through the door, but she got through no problem.
Ah, gotcha. The next one. You can do it on the next door.
Mm-hmm. Or I can slide across the ground to see if it triggers any traps.
That too.
Down the hallway ahead of you, Smoke, you can just barely make out a door right there. But also the hallway seems to turn right. And continue on past that door. I suppose any of you with dark vision looking ahead down there, yeah.
Any obvious traps or anything like that before I step in?
Yeah, you're not seeing anything else. Nothing real suspicious down here. It's dark as pitch though. Woo! Sliding the sledgehammer accomplishes nothing.
Well, I wasn't going to do that. I was just if I needed to. It's out, ready to go if I need it.
Hallway continues down. You see one door here, and Smoke, you can make out a second doorway right there as well.
I think I'm gonna continue down the hallway because it goes past those two doors, guys. Just to see if it opens up into like an open room or something like that.
It's also dead silent in here. No, I think actually. Let me double check the sound. Is there anything in that room? Yeah, pretty silent where you're at right now.
Spooky.
All right, I would like to sneakily walk down the hallway then. Taking my time.
All right, you all following along with her. Anyone checking out anything else?
I mean, I'm
Or are you
gonna
guys just
at least go
waiting
in.
to see what
No,
she
I'm
finds?
gonna go in. If I could
Oh,
it's
I'm sorry. I
paused,
paused
that's
it. I was more just talking it out. Just wanted to see what you were planning.
Yeah, like after she takes the corner, I'll head in.
Okay.
I
We're doing
will-
stealth. Could we stealth?
I was gonna say I'll wait, kind of like I'll step inside, but kind of wait back towards the door, so that way I am not being too loud for her sneakiness.
Sure. I'll put you maybe there. That'll be
Yeah.
fine. All right. Those of you thinking forward,
Did we-
it's
Know what was through this door?
No, we haven't looked in there yet, but I figured we would check the open areas first before we started opening doors.
Okay.
if you click a door, I'll know.
I did not click a door. But I heard clicking,
I heard that too.
and
I
it
was
was
like, wait.
not me.
And it
Like
wasn't.
my mouse is hovering over it, but I didn't touch anything.
Also was not me.
It wasn't me. My hand's not even on my mouse.
All right. You guys are walking forward together. I know Danny's moving her token, but are you guys actually walking forward together? Or
I would keep some distance between me and him.
Yeah, just a little bit.
letting her set off the traps? Okay, cool.
That's what you do with the rogues, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Ahead of you is kind of a crumbling hall that has the stench of rotten eggs coming from it. From cracks in the ceiling, you can see it kind of spider webbing over the ceiling out there, and you're just getting a really strong smell coming out of this room. As you get closer to it, it makes you want to vomit. You can push forward into the room. Let's see. I'm sorry. There's also a. As you get closer, you hear kind of a gross, like duet of gnashing teeth and guttural sounds coming from around the bend, around this way.
I think I will quietly scamper back and let the group know, and see if they want to just try these doors before we get whatever that is attention, or if we just want to go in there and take care of that.
Hearing
Poisons creatures and diseases within 30 feet of you. The kind of poison. Okay, cool. What's the duration on that? It's what, 10 minutes?
10 minutes with concentration.
Okay, cool. Yes, you. Well, you don't actually detect any poisons where you're at.
No, but like hearing her say that, I want to like move up. And
Sure. Yeah, as you get up here, you're like, oh yeah, there's something poisonous up in that room ahead. Let's see. It says you identify the kind of poison.
kind of poison,
It's-
poisonous creatures or diseases in each case.
Yeah, it's some kind of gas, just like a I'm not very clever with these kinds of things, but functionally you would have to you could try to resist the effects of the poison, but it would just give you the poisoned condition. You don't think it's deadly poison, but it won't be pleasant to walk through.
All right, boy.
So it's not going to deal you any damage.
I turn around and I yell at the boy. Boy, give me your torch.
Oh, okay.
I walk up right to the edge of it. And
No, it does not ignite.
it's worth a shot.
You can kind of see what Smoke was seeing, where it's like filtering down from above, like through some of the cracks in the ceiling.
Okay. Do we see any?
You can also kind of hear some noises coming from around the bend this direction,
Can I open this door?
like gnashing teeth and things like that. You are welcome to if you'd like to.
He sounded
Oh.
a little too excited about that, honestly.
Very much so.
As soon as you reach and open this door here, the nauseating stench of this room just makes your stomach do backflips. Whoa, big
Oh.
blast of smell. There is blood sprayed across the walls and it just coats the floor and the ceiling and everything. Bones are piled up high in the back corner of this room. Little pieces of humanoid bones are everywhere. The source of this mutilation becomes clear as you see a purple-skinned, like undead creature with long claws that's sitting there, crouched there, gnawing on the arm of a halfling. The horrid creature kind of smiles at you a little bit as the door opens.
I guess I'm gonna just. Oh, I can't close the door. Never mind.
Oh, because I paused the game. I'm sorry. The door wasn't locked. You just pushed it open. Yeah, it starts to. You see it start to stand up as you have attention, and close the door.
Yeah. Nah. Don't need to worry about interrupting this thing's dinner. I'm gonna take one step back, and I'm gonna have a ready to action in case this door opens again. But I'm gonna let the group know that there is it looked like a ghoul in there.
Tenzin will ready his great axe just in case something comes out that room.
Smoke will look at the professor and say, "Do we want to take care of this first, or do we want to go find out what that crunching is?"
I point over to the door.
Excellent.
I take one deep breath before I run in there, and then I sprint across towards that door.
All right, the professor takes a step into the room, and if we could roll, I'm gonna put you one step into the room, Professor. And then if I could have everyone roll initiative as this door bursts open.
Oh, that's not the door at all that I was thinking it was going to be.
Son of a bird!
And the ghoul comes rushing out of the door.
Well, I had a ready to action, so
you did have a ready to action.
Yeah, mine was specific to this door, but
did you have Thoradin? What kind of weapon did you have prepared? Melee?
I have a warhammer.
Sorry, it busted out behind Tenzin.
It's okay. I mean, this other door can still open. Who knows?
Who knows? All right, normal, lovely. Professor, where were you sprinting to? You were going to the right, or you were going to the left?
To the door.
Left. Okay, up to the door there. Cool, got it.
Big deep breath, holding the sledgehammer, running towards the door.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, you're first, actually.
Before. So
oh yeah, let's do
15.
15 on a ghoul. You've seen undead before. You know what this is. A ghoul. 15 hits. 15 hits. Yes. Slash.
14 slashing.
Wow. Holy shit. At level 2.
I am very strong. And I have a great axe, so.
Oh, it's a D10 or D12. Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Oh no, not your hit points. Sorry, 14. Chunk. Hisses at you. All right, Professor. Top of the round, and you rush on over to the door. Let me remind myself what this door. Does this door have any locks or anything? No, there's no locks or anything. You can open it up. Ahead of you, you can see some stairs that curl upwards in a spiral. Big spiral staircase there. And you can hear the ring of steel and a little bit of scent of fire and smoke coming down from the stairwell. This looks like it heads up into the tower itself.
And we'll just close that right back.
Across the way as well. Well, it looks like the hallway continues in that direction, from what you could see.
Wait, like. Sorry, I'm gonna.
Like this wasn't just. Oh. This wasn't necessarily the only door. It looks like the room continued that way.
Is there poison in this room?
Let's see. Creature that.
Oh, I also dropped the torch right back here for our boy to pick up.
You know what? Make me a Constitution save, Professor.
Is this against poison?
With advantage. Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
10. Perfect. Yeah, you suffer no ill effects of the poison. No, the poison seems to be mainly in this large chamber you were coming from. There doesn't seem to really be any in that chamber. Well, a little bit's leaking in now that you've opened the door, but...
Right. Sorry.
it would settle quickly upon closing the door.
I turn back to like where I Smoke was and realize she's not there. And yeah.
Your movement, free action to open the door. You can move another move. You could dash if you want to.
Oh yeah. Well then let's absolutely dash.
Okay, just come over. There's another door. And yeah, you saw that.
Yep. Immediately slam it closed and brace against it.
Cool. All right, next up, Tenzin.
Second verse, same as the first.
20, 10, it's 10 damage. Oh, and it drops.
So what I do is I hit its like stomach with the haft, so it bends over, and then swing around and chop off its head with the great axe.
In the room beyond it, you can see. What can you see? As you look into the room, like the copper, like a copper taste fills your nose, your mouth, as the room has like a fine red mist in it. And at the center of the chamber, off the side, you see like a blood-soaked statue of a horned winged demon that's vomiting just a fountain of blood into the air, gathering in a bubbling pool about its legs. It's like this little blood fountain. Creating, as fountains do, a little bit of mist in the air, except it's all blood. You can kind of taste it.
Tenzin will close the door. It's like, nope, we don't need to worry about that. And then I guess he will step here, and that'll probably be as far as he gets.
Professor's run off somewhere. Yeah.
Do I see the? I guess I do see the open door over here, huh?
You see the open door over there, and you hear some of the snarling coming from this direction, gnashing of teeth and smoke. After the professor ran off, some of that snarling started to get more animated. It's possible it was the snarling back here, this ghoul that Tenzin just dropped. But whatever's around that corner seems to have gotten louder than what you were hearing before.
Excellent. So I'm going to make sure.
So I'm sorry, Tenzin. Anything else for you? You see the door over there.
No, that probably took most of my movement to get there, and I already used action, so I'm good.
You can smell the noxious gases in this room from where you're at.
Yeah.
Not enough to make a con save, but you can smell it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Smoke.
Okay, well, I'm going to make sure Tenzin knows that it sounds like the crunching has gotten closer. And then I would like to take a deep breath, and let me measure this out real quick. Yeah, I'll have plenty of movement. So deep breath, here we go. I see the ghoul. I'm going to load up my short bow and take a shot.
All right. Make me a Constitution saving throw if you could, please. You're holding your breath, but man, it just gets up in your nose anyway. But you're fine.
14.
14 hits. The arrow lands into it, dealing 9 points of damage.
And then I am going to take my movement back out of the gas.
All right.
And bonus action hide.
Gerald, they are very excitable up there. You can't even see what room they're looking into.
Nope.
There's something at the end of the hallway. It's got them all riled up.
Well, Gerald would have saw me drop the.
Oh yeah, you saw this one here coming out of those side rooms.
That and Tenzin standing over the torch.
Clearly, those side rooms are where ghouls come from.
Yeah. Let's see. Hmm. Can't see where I'm going.
Tenzin's standing on the torch, if that makes any difference.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's standing on the torch? What?
Yeah, the professor dropped it
I
before
dropped-
he ran.
Yeah, I dropped it right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a torch. You were dropping it. Here, I can light things up.
Well, he took the torch
He
from
took my torch.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
missed
took the
that.
torch
I'm
from the
sorry.
boy to see if I could light the poison on fire. When it didn't go, I just dropped it on the ground.
The implication didn't hit me. I was just thinking about lighting it on fire. Sorry, that's where the torch went.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's lighting things up for you.
Yeah.
Did I miss a wall? I straight up missed a wall. Oh, that's funny. Oopsie.
Fa la 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 la.
I think I'm just gonna ready in action. So if a enemy comes within my melee range, then I will swing and attack.
Fair enough. Gordon?
Do I hear anything coming out from this door?
No.
Right here?
No.
Nothing else?
Not
All
very
right, so
quiet.
there's not a whole lot that I can do right now. I'm just going to kind of file in behind them, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the dodge action just in case this door decides to burst open. So my shield's at the ready, and that's my turn.
All right.
I was braced against the door, if that matters.
Sure. Make me a athletics.
Suck it!
Nice.
Nice.
Roll. Oh, let's see.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, okay. The door slams, but you hold it. You sit there holding it. Wow. As the door slams there, and then the Tenzin, you see another ghoul come around the bend, coming around the corner, and just rushes towards you guys.
Oh,
It seemed like it was rushing over here, but now it's rushing towards you.
Was that the one I shot?
Smoke as it gets up closer. This one does not have an arrow sticking in it.
Excellent.
Rushes up on Tenzin. Tenzin, did you ready anything? No.
No,
you
no,
moved up.
because I had to kill the other ghoul. So
That's right. Cool. It lashes out at you with its really long-fingered claws, trying to dig into your skin. Oh shit, 23 to armor class.
a 23 does hit. Yeah.
All right. If you could please make me a Constitution saving throw. This is not against poison. You take 7 points of slashing damage. And a con save. Ooh, you succeed. Very nice. You felt something try to work its way into your system. From the
That's not
bizarre
poison.
touch. No.
Okay, so I take just the 7 points.
Just 7 points of slashing. Yeah. All right, and that is. Ooh, should I do that? Nope, that is that. Professor?
As I lean against this door, I want to reach on my back, pull out my javelin, and pull my light hammer off my hook, or off my hip. And then, I guess, step back away from the door so it will swing open, and be prepared to unleash a double attack on whoever comes through.
All right, ready to attack?
Yep.
Double attack.
Well, the 2-weapon fighting, the attack action.
Okay. It wouldn't be on a ready action because 2-weapon fighting would be a bonus action.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
The second attack. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could ready one attack though. Yeah.
Then I will ready.
Or you could thrust open the door right now and make 2 attacks at whatever's in front of you.
Oh, then yeah. Let's do that.
Sure.
And javelin first. Oh, I'm sorry. Rolled the wrong place.
The door slams and you hold it back, and you're like, ah, fuck this. You grab it and whip the door open and go wham, all in one smooth motion. The javelin and the light hammer both find purchase. What's that? 5 and 8? Or no,
5 and 3.
5 and 3, so 8 total. Okay. Bam, bam, and the ghoul hisses at you. Really wants a bite of that dwarf. All right, Tenzin.
Can Tenzin do a shove attack so he can kind of then clear the way for everyone else to file through?
Sure. I believe that's athletics, right? Yeah. Easy. I can't test that. So.
Yeah. So, well, here I guess if I knock an enemy prone, can I step over them? Like move through their space, step over them.
I don't believe so because they're still there and active. It's not like they're paralyzed.
Darn. Even though realistically you could. All right, so yeah, I'll just shove.
Well, I mean, they would just grab your legs and trip you and grab you prone on top of them. Like,
okay.
They'd still be tangling you, I guess.
I mean, but it's whatever. So I will grab my battle axe or my great axe and like bam, jab him right in the chin so it knocks him back 5 feet, and then I will step in, side, like so.
I'm pretty sure that's also a feat. Isn't there a feat that's like when you shove someone 5 feet, you can also knock them prone?
No, well, like the shove attack is either you shove them prone or you shove them 5 feet.
Yeah, I feel like there was some feat, like Shield Master or something. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, and you moved over here. Awesome. Constitution save with advantage, please.
Don't know why it's not giving me the option to roll with advantage.
Here, tell you what. Can you want to mouse over it there in chat? Oh, never mind. I was saying.
Oh, with the plus?
The plus
Yeah.
symbol, you can stat it on. But 13, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Smoke.
Okay. I am going to shoot the ghoul. Since I hid, do I get advantage or no?
What? Wait, what?
I took a bonus action to hide, and I rolled a stealth roll, but I didn't hear anything after I rolled the stealth roll, so I just want to double check.
She got a 13.
13. Yeah, 13's good. Yeah, advantage. That's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. Excellent.
And then I also have, remind me, do I get 2 shots because I have the 2-weapon fighting or no?
Not with a ranged attack.
Okay, cool.
The 2-weapon fighting, you would have to have 2 weapons with the light property, 1 in each hand. So like 2 daggers or short sword and dagger or something like that.
Okay, gotcha. Alrighty. Well, I will, yeah, I'll finish my turn outside of the gas.
Cool. Gerald, there's a ghoul in front of you.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna run in.
Right, as you run up to the room, you can really smell some noxious gas up in front ahead of you.
That's yucky. Oh.
But you're here, and the ghoul is
There we
there.
I'm here.
All right, make me a con save, please.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Well, I don't hit anyway.
That's
so it's
the
fine.
long. Oh,
She was gonna make the attack. It's not
Okay.
that big a deal.
Ah!
hey.
Excellent. Excellent. You're young. You're strong. It's fine. You bounce
Yeah.
back from illness.
I got them young lungs, yo.
Young lungs.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Anything else for you? Bonus actions or anything?
Nope.
All right, Thoradin.
All right, I'm gonna move up ahead. I need this ghoul to make a dexterity saving throw. I'm gonna try again with this dang spell.
Oh wait, you hit on your first 2 tries, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but it did
Only
one
once.
damage. I only hit once, and it did 1 damage.
Oh.
But we'll see. We'll see. Dex
All
saving.
right.
Aye. Better damage. Come on. 8 radiant damage. Let's go, max, baby.
Ooh, nice. Get that
I don't
in.
know if he's vulnerable to radiant, but he's gonna take it.
No, he's not vulnerable.
Damn,
Skeletons
that's okay. And then that'll be my turn. I guess I'm on the edge of where the gas starts.
Okay. Yeah, it looks good. The ghouls. Professor, we shall strike thee. A claw reaches out to slash at you. And does 21 to armor class. Assuming that hits. It does 5 points of slashing damage, and if I can get a Constitution saving throw from you, please. Not against poison.
Sorry, was that against me?
No, that was against Jason.
Okay.
You're good. You feel something start to affect you a little bit, but you shake it off. Cool. The other ghoul, you know what? Let's do it against Gerald. Why not? Claw slash, 9 to armor class. Nothing.
Miss.
Moving on, Professor. If you're muted, Jason, sorry, I can't hear you.
Apparently I was.
Javelin.
Right through his chest.
16, 3 damage. Oh my god, really? You're gonna hate me. Fill up. 2 weapon fighting. Nice. And this doesn't add your... No, because do you have a 2 weapon fighting feat or something like that? No.
Yeah, as a bonus action, I do two weapon fighting.
Right. Okay, but you don't have any build towards it, so it would just be normal
No.
to it. So you don't add the +1 to it for your dexterity, but that's okay. Or for your strength, I mean. But that's okay because 2 damage was all you needed. And he drops.
Oh, for the. Gotcha.
Tell you what, if you go into your inventory and find the weapon that you're
Yeah,
putting in your
I'm working
offhand-
on that now.
Yeah, if you find the one, put it in offhand. Oh yeah, you know the dual wield customization. Cool, nice. All right. Next up is
Dwarfy
I'm sorry,
dwarf.
a movement or anything, Professor? You good where you're at? You're muted again, I think.
This whole room here is what is toxic, right?
Poison. And
Yeah.
and toxic ahead of you as well.
Yeah, it's starting to pour ever so slightly into this room where I'm at.
Not enough to make a save though.
Right. So, 5, 10. Hello. 5, 10 for 20, and 25, and that's it.
All right. Fair enough, Tenson.
Do I need to make the con save again?
Yes, please. Advantage. Oh, well, Professor, I guess I need one from you as well because you went into the room.
Oh.
But advantage on a con save. Excellent. You almost succumbed before you remembered who you were.
And then Tenzin will bring out his great axe and see if he can just lop off another head.
All right, and he succeeds, and it goes, and the ghoul drops to the ground, headless. And you take a moment, and you don't hear any more noises, and that is the end of the combat.
Okay. And then I will basically just wave everyone being like where I saw the professor, and I'll just try and follow him.
Also, I'm going to give the group a heads up because I definitely shot an arrow into a ghoul and they never came out.
Tenzin points at the ghoul in front of him, I think. Over here.
Oh, yep, that's him.
Yep, there's a ghoul on the ground with an arrow in its back.
Can I get my arrow back?
Absolutely.
Give me.
Did anybody see any way to shut off those vents in that room?
They weren't built vents. They were just cracks in the ceiling, or
Oh.
rather, cracks in the ground above you. The floor
Gotcha.
above you.
Okay. Then what was that? The spell Poison Cloud.
Can I get the arrow out of this guy too, or is that one gone?
You roll me a or what is it? Is there a roll for it for recovering?
No,
ammo, or
it's
is it
if I remember
50%.
if I remember right, it's 50% of what you used.
It's just 50%. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you shot.
I shot
arrows,
2, yeah, for sure.
So we'll recover 1. Yeah.
Perfect.
Can I pick up my torch again?
Sure. And if we're going to spend a lot of time in this particular room, I'll probably start asking for more con saves. But you can grab the torch easy. There's an open door ahead of you here where the professor originally disappeared to, but then Tenzin ran off this way.
Well, I waved them towards that way.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Do those stairs go up or down?
They go up. We do not want to go that way.
Nope.
So I suggest we should check this door.
Looking at it, are there any runes? Does it look like anything is going to pop out like it did that first door?
School out of the way. There is. What door is that? That is two. I'm sorry. Which door are you looking? Are you looking at the one to the south here, or are you looking at the one right there next to it? Okay. That one appears to just be a. It's got some nice vine artwork, that kind of thing, but no particular scene or anything carved into it. Make me an investigation. No, well, if you're not going to spend a whole lot of time sitting here, I guess it would be perception. But your roll's really good anyway. It doesn't matter. You don't seem to see any obvious traps or anything on this door. Looks like it's just a closed door. It doesn't even seem like it's locked.
It is locked.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was just actually me. But it doesn't even seem like it's locked. You're going in.
Do these stairs look like they go down?
Stone stairs. Nope, that's the wrong room. There's a small stair that leads from a landing. They go down to a little bit of another floor just below. This is like a shield hall. There's arms and armor mounted on the walls, and whatnot. Before I go on, which direction is everyone going? I just have all the tokens standing in the poison.
I owe you a Constitution save for getting hit by the ghoul. For my.
No, you rolled that. You rolled an 11. It was fine.
Oh, I thought that was to save from the poison from the ghoul.
No, it was the one that I told you you didn't get advantage because it wasn't against poison.
Oh,
that was from the ghoul.
Okay, so I still owe you 1 to keep concentrating on detect poison.
Oh, okay, yeah. DC 10. Let's see it. Incredible. You haven't detected any new poisons this whole time, though.
Yeah, well, it's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
Because 6.
This room you're in, smoke seems poison free.
Okay, I'll let the group know that there's no poison in here.
Yeah.
If they want to get up.
Yeah, I like the idea of going this way.
It is. I don't remember how long do we play till. It's 7:30 right now. Is this about when we end normally?
The only outstanding would have been for Michelle and Danny. Danny is now in that.
Well, we moved up the time because of baby.
Right.
Yeah.
How are
So
you feeling?
the question is, what's going on with baby?
Yes.
Because I'm good.
I would love to keep playing, but we do have to put her down.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds good.
To her crib, not like in another way.
Not
Goodness.
permanently put down.
She's not a dog there, Zach.
Here, I'll just move you guys into this room. This
We can
room
stop here.
has this is a good place to stop because you're probably about to trigger another fight. So, there's the small stair leading down. You guys are on an upper platform. It's not very tall. It's like 5 foot. And This is some kind of shield hall, just armor mounted all around the room. Basically, all of it is like rusted and ruined, except for mounted on the wall a little ways up is a nice display with a shield, like a round shield, and 2 swords behind it, and they are all 3 in pristine condition, mounted on the wall there. Long swords, two battered, 2 long swords, and like a red painted round shield on the wall. And that's a good place to end it.
All right.
Cool.
Excellent.
How much time are we at on?
Let's see. It had taken about from when you entered until that door took a little bit of time.
We said 15 minutes. We were at this door about.
Yeah, let's say it's been probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because you guys didn't really spend a whole lot of time in this hallway. You didn't investigate the rooms. You saw a ghoul. You kind of slashed past them and then sprinted past the poison. So you guys are doing a little bit of a commando mission here. That took you all of, just a couple minutes to get past. So let's say 20 minutes total, including that door back there. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
20 minutes into mission. Yoink.
That's not bad at all.
No, not bad.
We came with an objective and we're seeing it through.
Making
that never
solid
happens.
The Harper said they estimate they could hold for probably at least an hour. 2 hours is probably their maximum.
2 hours if we're lucky.
Before they're either all dead or the Lich runs them off.
Yep.
2 hours if they're lucky. So it might be tough to like short rest or something like that, but you could probably get 1 short rest in, but you'd be on a time crunch there at the end. So.
Yep.
Okay. This is a good place to end it. Welcome to the new campaign.